where forestry machines, wood processing systems, off-road recovery, and smart mechanical solutions show how power, precision, and engineering work together in real-world conditions. The Nisula 335E Plus moves through timber like surgical steel through snow. The harvesting head grabs, cuts, and stacks stems at serious speed, wasting almost no time between movements. Precision, power, and non-stop efficiency are packed into one brutal forestry machine. You do not walk up to an 8-foot cedar with anything less than full respect and serious cutting power. That 3/6-inch bar paired with a 90cc saw is legendary cutting equipment. Every stroke matters. A clean cut means less fiber loss, faster processing, and more value from every log. Real professionals do not waste wood. More than 300 cubic meters of chips per hour, and the 8x8 truck mount takes it deep into the forest where trailers cannot reach. Austrian engineering was built exactly for this kind of high-output wood processing. That New Holland is working hard just to keep the chipper fed. You can feel the danger idling from this machine. Big chippers demand constant attention, clear communication, and full respect. Listen to the turbo spool as it feeds the Woodsman 440. This machine does not just cut trees, it clears them whole without hesitation. That is raw processing power at work. Nature is a masterpiece, but sometimes we rewrite it with chainsaws. Watching a giant like this fall makes you wonder whether it was truly blocking progress or simply standing in the way of convenience. Every cut leaves a mark, not just on the land, but on us. What kind of legacy are we really carving? Trading an office for these misty mountains sounds like a dream. Then the limbs start falling, the ground turns slick, and every piece of timber pulled from a place like this has to be earned. If that 6-0 foot trunk is truly hollow, there is only one safe choice. Bring it down under control now. A planned fall today is better than a random collapse in the next storm. And this is how it should be done. No chains snapping, no cables flying, no sacrificial bumper. The Fecon simply eats the stump, and nobody has to stand in the danger zone. That is safer, cleaner, and smarter. This happens more often than people think during storms. One limb comes down, and thousands of volts can be carried straight into the front yard. Storm cleanup near power lines is never routine. When the SP661LF head runs clean, it is fast, sharp, and efficient. No wasted motion, no hesitation. Operators who use this setup often say the same thing. It simply works. The LKT-81 Turbo claws through steep forest terrain like a beast, dragging large logs downhill where weaker machines would lose control. On slopes like this, power alone is not enough. Stability and operator judgment decide everything. Balancing on fallen logs at the top of a steep slope, this fearless logger takes on a giant tree with pure precision. One slip could mean disaster. This is where skill, nerve, and serious grit meet in the forest. That tree has caught fire, creating both a tragic loss and a major hazard. Fire crews move fast, clearing fuel to stop the flames from spreading into a wildfire. In a situation like this, every second matters. Those rounds weigh around 500 pounds each, and that small machine just keeps moving them. Size is not everything. Smart design, balance, and hydraulic force can make compact equipment surprisingly capable. Blink once, and the Tigercat 2000 already has the pine clamped, cut, and stacked. The brochure claims lower fuel use than disc saw heads, and after watching it work, that claim starts to look believable. That LKT-81 turbo just flirted with disaster. One wrong move, and it could have tipped over for good. Logging rewards every clean push, but the terrain is unforgiving. Handling massive logs on unstable ground demands sharp focus and real operator skill. This close call shows how quickly routine work can become tense in the forest. When the forest floor turns into soup, the Valmet 830.1 keeps moving. 9 tons of machine muscle drives through mud like it owns the place. Its balance, traction, and pulling power make rough terrain look easier than it really is. This is not just a forwarder, it is a survivor built for chaos. Front wheels off the ground, that is the torque of the FAP-16, equipped with the GV-75 belt system. These Balkan skidders live in mud holes that would swallow standard trucks whole. A 3/6-inch bar on a heavy vintage saw takes muscle to hold steady. It also takes years of experience to know exactly where that blade wants to go. Old saws do not forgive weak handling. This ancient giant looks solid from the outside, but one cut reveals its hollow core. As it falls, chaos bursts out in a storm of dust and debris. Nature always hides surprises inside. Trading an office desk for steep forest ridges sounds like a dream until the saw starts biting. One slip on wet ground, one wrong step, and the forest reminds you who is in charge. Every cut here demands skill, balance, and serious respect for the terrain. An old beach grows directly over a creek. The tools are simple: an MS-361, a PS-5000, and 2 aging tractors. Nothing about this is the easy way. Every board from this timber is earned the hard way. Feel the raw power of the Komatsu PC 210 excavator as it takes control of the landscape. With advanced design and a hydraulic thumb, it handles material, clears land, and improves efficiency while reducing unnecessary waste. This is practical machine power built for productive land management. The RSL UK 1/6-inch Mark II tree shear is a powerhouse for excavators from 14 to 25 tons. Built for forestry work, it grips with precision and slices through ash and hardwood with ease. Full 360-degree rotation and lower pressure operation make the machine more efficient while keeping control high. Unstable logs do not stay predictable for long. One slip, one drop, and an ordinary day becomes a physics lesson no one wanted. Staying alert is not optional in this kind of work. This is brutally extreme work just to earn daily bread, and someone does it every day. Forestry is not clean, easy, or forgiving. It is heavy, dangerous, and built on endurance. The Bandit 1990XP roars with a 300 horsepower Tier 4 engine, shredding tough material with ease. Its two 1-inch drum, dual feed wheels, and hydraulic lift deliver serious power, while remote control improves safety. This beast turns obstacles into chips. This is not just logging. This is a high-speed dust show. The grapple is fully loaded, the machine is charging downhill, and the operator clearly knows this terrain. Every movement says experience, control, and confidence under pressure. A V8 engine keeps a massive chain running at full speed. That is not just power, that is torque you can hear. When a machine like this gets into rhythm, the whole forest seems to feel it.
Laid out a lot of wood. 44.
Just
A classic dilemma. The tree is cut, but it does not fall. His answer is a sliding cut, working the base and destabilizing it piece by piece. The difficult part is accepting how close he has to stand to do it. Watch the slide. A full ton of wood is lowered by geometry instead of horsepower. Smart rigging is not always about pulling harder. Sometimes it is about letting angles do the work. This is why loggers fear kickback. All that cutting power can come right back toward the operator in an instant. Control and positioning are everything. Watch the steering. He is searching for traction in that clay. Most people would floor it and dig a grave. He manages the throttle and rides the grip instead. That is how experience keeps a machine moving. This is nature versus science, and something has to give first. A chain on the rear bumper, a heavy pull, and a man standing directly in the line of force. That is a dangerous setup. The bumper lets go, and he is lucky the whole thing does not come toward him. Steep slope logging barely forgives anything. Watch the tree jump clean off the stump. He walks away carrying a year's worth of luck spent in 2 seconds. A loaded line carries enough energy to knock a person down. Every rigger knows a story about one. That is why experienced crews tense up when they see footage like this. High risk, one wrong cut, and disaster is already on the way. That is why you do not drop timber on a windy day. Wind changes the plan before the tree even moves. Subscribe to Green Technology for more forestry machines, wood chippers, harvesting heads, stump removal, land clearing equipment, sustainable timber work, and smart machine technology.